So I'm going to be replacing the fuel pump on a 97 Ford Explorer. It's relay is good, fuse is good. When you turn the key on to the on position, you cannot hear the pump engage, so I'm pretty positive it's that. I will check the line, the electrical lines, once I get the tank down, just to verify, but we'll be swapping that today, so this is going to be a video on that. Got the vehicle jacked up on jack stands. Put the tire and board behind it as a kind of a final fail-safe. I got it chocked in the front so there can be no rolling. And then I'm going to disconnect the front battery terminal so there's no grounding of anything when I'm working on it. Lastly, I got the 1713. I think that's a 7/8 on the gun. A few extensions. And that's about all you need, and some silicone spray, which will, for the hoses, getting them off and on, especially if they're old, this can help not rip them. All right, that should be all you need for this job. Obviously the replacement fuel pump as well. All right, to get the plate off that protects the gas tank, you have a bolt there, one on the other side on the strap and two on the front, and those are 13s.
You don't have to drop the tank, do you?
Right there. Yeah, you do got to drop the tank.
You do?
Yeah, and right there, and I'll have some extensions to do it.
Okay, it ain't heavier.
So those are the 4 bolts to hold on the gas tank guard, which is right there, and the actual fuel cell is up in here, or gas tank, whatever you want to call it. I'm about to take off this strap. This is the factory one to hold it up. So I put on a not a ratchet strap, but one of those cinch ones. That's so it can support the weight. And depending on how heavy this thing is, because it's got some gas in it, I don't remember quite how much. And I wrapped it to another piece of the frame up there, so that will hold the weight. Once I remove the cinch, and I can lower it via that. Instead, if it's too heavy to do by hand, I will use a jack. Next step will be to release the lines. I soaked them in the silicone spray a while back, so they should come off with reasonable ease. The 4 bolts holding on the guard were kind of a bear to get off, but they're there. I soaked them in lube, and then you know, just use a little Can-O-Man. They've been on there for about 20 years, so you know, kind of pain in the butt. These things are facing up and out, which is kind of a pain in the butt. When I put them back on, I'm going to make them face so they're easily accessible. That's the strap to get it off. It's only held on by 1 screw, size 13. Instead, I got this thing held up now by a cinch strap, and I'm going to take off the front supports. They're size 17. Okay, I got one out. That's what it looks like. There's the other one. I was trying to use the impact on these, but I can't get them on it, so I'm doing it by hand. A little bit of a pain in the butt. It takes a little longer, but I'll get them off. So I got these straps holding it up, but I've lowered it enough so I can get some access. I took the back tire, spare tire out. You got that thing in the middle. It's like a vent hose. You got to squeeze in the sides of it to get it off. And those fuel lines, there's clips on top of them. You got to press them off with like a screwdriver, and then this clip up here holds like the fuel pump power and whatnot, and disconnect it from up here. Once I disconnect these last ones, I can take the tank the whole way out. So I loosened up. There's 6 8mm bolts that hold that in. Once I got this all the way loose, I was able to pry it up with a screwdriver and rotate it out this way, so you got room to work on the pump itself, which is right here. Those are the bolts right there. This is the new pump right here. You got to disconnect this, which looks like another 8 or 6. Pop that one out, put the new one on, and then we should be good. This bolt, it's a 9/32, and then I've just broke this with pliers. Now I should be able to pull this off, use the new pieces off of this, and for the pump, and the new piece of hose. There's a new piece of hose in here, and hose clamps. So then I should be able to reassemble it with the new stuff, using some of the old stuff. So, Well, bam, done. And I'm making a mess. Oh, shoot. Well, there we are. Get a bucket. Well, the mess is already made, so just unclip that last thing and I'll be good. Alright, that's the new fuel pump in. The difference is this piece does not fit. It comes with one, but I'm gonna have to cut the black line, splice it to the red, cut the red line, splice it to the red, or cut the two blacks, splice them together, two reds and splice them together. I was hoping to not have to do that and just use the quick connects on the inside, but there we go. Hose clamps are in here. They're not tight yet, and this gets oriented that way, right there. There you go. So the kit doesn't come with these, but these are butt end crimps. I strip both sides here and here, just match black, black, red, red. I'm gonna put them in here, crimp them down, and then I'm gonna cycle the car to make sure this thing kicks on before I do any sort of reassembly.
Hold on, I got the battery in.
Okay.
And the other one didn't do that.
No.
Oh, you got your volume on? Ready?
Yep. You hear that? That's the pump priming. That means we're going to be in business when this goes back in. Putting it back in, I got to tighten things up, but I just started it with the fuel pump as is, so it's working. We're good. I just got to reassemble now, which I said it's a little chilly, so it's taking me a little longer than I would have liked, but we're going to be good. These are re-screwed. Fuel tanks are fuel lines are reattached. Now I'm going to start tightening up on the straps that I have to hold it. All the return lines and sensors are reattached, and this thing is fired up, so we're good. Did that go over or under? I don't know. Once this goes all the way, that goes over. It's not all the way up yet. Pull. Pull. Alright, those are... I sprayed it with silicone, so it should slide on pretty easily. That one's on. And that one is my right hand. That's on. I believe that one is on as well. I just got to tighten them. I'm just going to start these. Pull this way. Instead I'm using my legs to kind of take some of the weight. If I can just get them started, I think we'll be good. I'm going to pause it. I need two hands. Those by hand, you really have to hold it, push it up on it. But then I'll be able to get the size 17 on here and tighten it down the rest of the way. This is the gas tank strap. You got to push this up. It creates enough space to get up in there. You can wiggle it. Once you push it up, you got enough space to slide the one side, which clips in, and then the other side bolts in, and then that's ready to go in as well. So that's the last thing I got to put back on. As you can hear, it is running. Exhaust coming out the back. That means fuel pump has been installed and all is working well. So there's 4 more bolts to put in, the size 13s, and this project is done. All right, so I finished up the car. It's running. I just got to take the jacks off, tanks back up, the skid plates on it, and the tires back on. Take it for a spin, but she's running.